Howdy, my friends. Long time no see, right? I know that's what you're thinking. Here I am. I'm still alive, still in the flesh. The reports of my death have been greatly exaggerated. But let's get on to the topic. And what I want to talk about today, something I noticed a little while back, and it kind of intrigued me from a different point of view. Uh, we all have, when I say we all, many of us have a really cool friend. When I say friend, friend and channel we like to watch, and that's Woman Outdoors. And she does some really cool adventures. And uh, I don't know how many of them are through Hip Camp, but I know she's done that, used that resource before. So I kind of like a while back, it's been a couple weeks, I forget what it was, but um, I did a little bit of research just out of curiosity. How many of those locations are registered in Florida, state of Florida? So basically, there is right. I'm currently in Southwest Florida, it'd be Lee County, Florida, zip code 34135. And that is north of Naples, and it's just south of Fort Myers. And approximately, I don't know, hour and a half, I'd say maybe hour and 15 minutes north of us, there's shows like right around Venice. There's showing about four of those hip camp locations. Then there's something around like Tampa St. It's Fort DeSoto Park, and then there's another one which would be closer. So that was going north, and I'm going to touch back. I'm going to kind of zigzag closest to Fort Myers region, basically where I'm located, which Lee County, and then there's Fish Eating Creek, which I've been there before, which is kind of like close to Lake Okeechobee. It's kind of like in the center of the state. It would be west of Lake Okeechobee, and there's some other ones around that area. And then you get quite a few up around Orlando. There's even one in where is this? Near Port. I guess it'd be near Port St. Lucie. It's called Jonathan Dickinson State Park. I've never been to that area. And then there's one way south. Uh, it's called Long Pine Key Campground, which that's going towards the Keys basically. And then, like I said, there's quite a few like in the Orlando region, just north of that. And then I would say around like anywhere like you would call it like Steenahatchee, Lake City, Jacksonville, that whole region, like it would be basically considered the, I don't mean this in a derogatory sense, but if you know Florida geographically, what it looks like, it'd be like the armpit area, which that area recently just got devastated by a hurricane. So there's not a whole lot of hip camp locations there. And then there would be a couple, I would say, let me see where these are located. I'm trying to, I guess they would be, they're definitely east of Panama Beach, maybe like closer to the, I haven't really, let me try and zoom in here, give you a better geographical region. I think it's closer towards Tallahassee. And that didn't help me a whole lot, but I think it's like basically in that region. So what I looked at when I looked at this, it was kind of interesting to me because my brain works differently, sometimes in a positive manner, sometimes in a negative manner. But I looked at that, I was like, wow, look at all these opportunities out there in the state of Florida. If you had land, an old farm or something, what you could do with hip camp locations. And there's really nothing around the Pensacola area, which I may be going to that region soon. There's, like I said, there's lots of availability. And I notice also, I would say from Port St. Lucie all the way up to Jacksonville, there's really nothing on the East Coast side either. So it's like, it's probably more dense and heavily what am I trying to say here? More populated, probably less open areas. But I do know, like in the Panhandle and all that region up there, there's probably some really cool areas. So I wish I had the finances, but in my opinion, I see a business opportunity with the hip camp, and it's pretty hip in my mind based on what Woman Outdoors has done. So I just thought I'd touch base with you guys. I haven't done that in a while. I may start exploring some other states just out of curiosity. I don't know all these states real well. I feel like I know some parts of Florida pretty well. Like the last, what was it? Idalia kind of destroyed that one region of Florida, which kind of like is, like I said earlier, kind of like the armpit. I don't mean to call it the armpit, but it's like that whole area is, I'm trying to remember what they call that region, but like where Steenhatchee is and stuff like that. So that was devastated. But so it just made me, throw out an idea to you guys. Maybe somebody's in a better financial position than I am, or maybe you live in a different state. So out of curiosity, I might check like Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, some of these different regions, see what type of hip camp locations are out there. I've only checked Florida, but I wanted to throw that out to you. And if you're not aware of what hip camp is, it's basically like a cheap way to just camp overnight. And a lot of these locations are how do I want to say this? They're very remote or very distinguished in certain aspects of what they've done and stuff like that. So just throwing it out there. It's a little bit different than staying at like a state park or something like that, but just throwing it out there, folks. So once again, appreciate talking to you guys once again. I know it's been a minute or two. Oh man, sorry about it. I probably should have. I didn't realize we had all that sun brightness and obstruction there. I probably should have pulled the shades. My bad. I'm a little bit out of practice on doing videos. Anyway, talk to you soon, folks, and stay positive as long as you can. That's my theme. That's my theme to myself. Stay positive for as long as you can. Anyway, folks, if you want to camp and you want to be hip, Hip Camp is your source. Go check it out. Appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you, Woman Outdoors, for letting us know about that.